The air itself seemed to hold its breath around it, not with the chill of a tomb, but with the heavy, humid silence of a secret too long kept, too deeply buried beneath the sun-baked soil of Mississippi. It was a door unlike any other on Harrow Hill, the sprawling cotton plantation that clung to the banks of a sluggish, serpentine tributary of the great river. A door of ancient,
Did you hear that
dark
sound
oak,
from the big house again?
its surface weathered
Hush
to
now,
a
they'll
near
hear
black
us.
sheen,
The storm's
reinforced
getting
with
closer.
bands of tarnished iron that seemed to grip the wood like skeletal fingers. It was set into the foundation of the main house, a grand, imposing structure that overlooked acres of verdant, then dusty, then snow-white fields. This door, however, faced away from the fields, tucked into a shadowed alcove at the rear of the house, almost swallowed by the dense, overgrown jasmine and climbing roses that fought a losing battle against the encroaching kudzu. No window overlooked it, no path led directly to it. It simply was, and it was locked, always. The rule surrounding it was not written, not spoken in harsh tones, nor even whispered in hushed warnings. It was simply understood, absorbed into the very fabric of life at Harrow Hill, like the relentless heat of summer or the pervasive scent of cotton and river mud. No worker, no matter their station, was ever permitted to approach it. No overseer, no matter how loyal, was ever seen to linger near it. Even the domestic staff, whose duties brought them into the very bowels of the house, would avert their gaze, their steps quickening, their hands tightening on their baskets or brooms whenever they passed its general vicinity. The punishment for violating this unspoken decree was not a public lashing, not a reduction in rations, not even a stern reprimand. It was something far more insidious, far more effective. A worker found too close to that door would simply disappear. Not in a dramatic, violent fashion that would incite rebellion or even open questioning. No, their absence would be explained away with a quiet, almost regretful tone. Moved on to another plantation, or taken ill, passed in the night. The vagueness, the lack of detail, the immediate cessation of any further discussion was the true terror. It taught a lesson more profound than any whip. Some questions were not merely dangerous to ask, but dangerous even to think. And so, over the years, the workers of Harrow Hill learned. They learned to erase the door from their peripheral vision, to silence the nascent curiosity in their minds, to train their bodies to move around it as if it were a void, a place where light and sound simply ceased to exist. It became a blind spot in the collective consciousness of the plantation. A silent, heavy presence that shaped their movements and their thoughts without ever demanding direct attention. It was the ultimate testament to control, a monument to an unspoken dread that permeated every corner of Harrow Hill, from the grand parlor to the furthest reaches of the cotton fields. What could be behind such a door? What secret could command such absolute terrifying obedience, not through overt threat, but through the chilling power of implication and absence? The very thought was a dangerous luxury, a spark that could ignite a conflagration of fear and suspicion. But for those who lived under its shadow, the question, though unasked, hung heavy in the humid air, a silent, suffocating weight. It is a question that has echoed through the forgotten corners of history, a whisper of a truth that refuses to be entirely silenced. And if you find yourself drawn into the shadows of such tales, where the past holds secrets that still chill the blood, consider joining our growing community. Subscribe to Liturgy of Fear, and let us uncover these forgotten histories together. Harrow Hill was not merely a plantation, it was a meticulously constructed empire, carved from the rich alluvial soil of Mississippi. Its very name, chosen by its proprietor Elias Vane, hinted at the arduous labor and the relentless ambition that had shaped it. The main house, a formidable structure of red brick and white columns, stood atop a gentle rise, commanding a panoramic view of the fields that stretched to the horizon, a testament to Elias's vision and his unyielding will. Below, the tributary, sluggish and murky, wound its way through cypress knees and Spanish moss, a constant, almost imperceptible murmur that was the only true sound of nature allowed to persist unchallenged on the estate. The year was 1846. The air, even in the early spring, was thick with the promise of summer's oppressive heat, a palpable humidity that clung to the skin and made every breath a conscious effort.